It's always there. Right, we're now come to that part of the show which will turn into the prediction show. We're going great guns. Don't forget, we will be announcing the player of August tonight as well. But before we do that, let's get a quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll build up to what should be another brilliant round number 26 of the Betfred Super League.
He's target 5.
Here comes Claude.
Love that crunch.
Let me add a little bit of spice.
So there you go, Rugby League 3/4 on Facebook. If you like a bet and you want to get into a community where you can have a little chat and a laugh about the latest hackers or exactly what happens in our WhatsApp group, actually, then by all means go over there and get a second opinion. But Steph and the gang do a fine job of that as well in our WhatsApp group. Our members absolutely love that. Right, this is the league, and what a league table we've got after 25 rounds. And ladies and gentlemen, we have an announcement to make. Adam is a new Super League Raw member. Good on you, Adam, lad. Welcome to the party. And yes, he is a Team Talk member, so you might be hearing from Adam on the Final Whistle podcast this coming Monday morning. Great to have you as part of the family, Adam. Welcome aboard. Your invite to the WhatsApp group will be coming your way right after the show. Right, Wigan, back top, as Greg always says. They know how to get the job done. They're top going into the final 2 games of the season. The Robins are in hot pursuit and have a better for and against. The Wolves will not have given up just yet on second place, albeit the League Leaders Shield now has absolutely gone for the wire. Then it's the Red Devils, now in 4th, a point clear of the Leigh Leopards. A win for Salford guarantees them playoff rugby league this weekend. Then it's the Saints with the Rhinos breathing down their neck. I think it's a step too far now for the Dragons. We'll get into that in a few moments' time. And of course, down at the bottom, who is going to finish bottom? Is it going to be Hull FC? Is it going to be the London Broncos? We will have to see. What a set of fixtures, ladies and gentlemen, we have got this week for your viewing pleasure. It's going to be the Wigan Warriors taking on the Rhinos. Then it's the Saints going up against the Tigers. The Leopards go up against the Robins. Hull FC play the Red Devils. The Giants take on the Mighty Wire. And we will be there with our good friend Mr. Scholes for that one. And the Dragons go up against the London Broncos in Perpignan. Before we get into the predictions, it's only right that we look at the prediction league. And oh yes, last week we were getting a little bit comfortable. We were laughing at the big fella. And look at what the Schollsmeister General has done. Oh, he's in second. He's had an absolute belter. Has missed the Scholes. Look at that. Into second spot. And there you go. Suddenly Joel's got the bragging rights over Greg and over Steph with 2 rounds to go. A sensational 24 points last week, Mr. Scholes. 22 for the fans forum. I think, Greg, you got 17 off the top of my head. I think, Steph, you might have got 16. I was in and around that as well. But Joel was absolutely head and shoulders the man of the moment. Mr. Scholes, after all the abuse and all the leg pulling that you took last week, sir, all I will say is many, many, many congratulations. A fine, fine display, sir, last week.
Never in doubt. I told you I was coming back.
He doesn't even say anything. You know, he's cool. He's cool. He's calm. You know what I mean? You have the slogan. Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be at predictions. Mr. Joel Scholes. Phenomenal, sir. Phenomenal. Right.
Can I just apologise to Dawn Baker?
For?
I've upset her that I've compared Mago to Liz Truss.
It could have been worse. You could have compared him to Kit Starmer.
Well, we don't get political. We don't get political on this show. Come on.
I do apologise, Dawn, because Liz Truss caused far more damage than Mago did. Moving on.
Absolutely. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's stay away from politics. We don't do politics here unless it's to do with the Rugby Football League. Anyway, let's get now into the weekend. It's going to be a fascinating week of rugby league football. I personally think we could be in for a belter. Yeah, just to confirm, Joel did get 24. Greg got 16. Gary Schofield 16. Steph 17. I got 19. The fans forum got 22. Right, we're going to start at the Brick Community Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're going to start for the discussion. And like I say, if you look at the league table, it is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Wigan go up against Leeds. Both of these are in good form. They've won 4 of the last 5 games, have both of these two sides. When they played in round 21 at Headingley, everybody took up and stood up in absolute astonishment. Let's not forget what Leeds Rhinos did to the Wigan Warriors, 30 points to 4. That came from nowhere, absolutely nowhere. First, of course, going up against 7th. The averages this year in attack, that's an interesting one. Wigan have averaged 24 points a game. The Leeds Rhinos, 20. It's not that far out. The defence, 13 for Wigan, 16 conceded for the Rhinos. Wigan 1-4 on. Rhinos 3-1, which is interesting. This time last year, Brick Trinity Stadium, round 12, and the Leeds Rhinos beat Wigan again, 19 points to 13. So that is something that maybe the boys want to just bear in mind as we talk over this fixture. I think this is going to be a belter. Wigan cannot take anything for granted. Greg, will start with you. A lot of the time we talk about, and Steph will have a wry smile. When Wigan played Leigh, the amount that took out the tank, of course, and then Wigan fans were using that as an excuse why they lost the next game. Of course, Leigh went on to the next game and won theirs. But that was a brutal game against Hull KR. There's no question about that. Leeds had a exercise against Hull FC last week. So in terms of who should have more in the tank, probably favours Leeds a little bit. Leeds on a good recent history against the Wigan Warriors. But of course, it looks like French is back into his groove. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a belting game.
Oh, mate, it should be an absolute cracker. And, 6 or 7 weeks ago, there's only one winner in this game.
Yeah.
You are right in that Leeds have cruised to victory against Hull. Wigan have had a real good bruise against real good bruise against Hull KR. But like I say, this is the time of the year when Wigan just do what they need to do. And I think if everything's equal, no cards are shown, and it's an even playing field. I think Wigan 9-17.
You're going Wigan 9-17 on an even keel. Ian Judson's welcoming one of his friends here. Kevin Greenley, who supports the Robins, says he should become a member because by all accounts he's got great banter. We love a little bit of banter. And there he is. There's the new member that we were talking about a few moments ago, Adam Bold. He's the new member and he's a Saints fan. Fantastic. We need a Saints fan for the final whistle. That's it. I think it's just Catalan Dragons in London. But that's all we need now. I think we've got everyone.
Castleford.
Cass as well. We need Cass.
Yeah, we need Cass. We need Cass as well. So we're rapidly getting there. But great to have you with us, Adam. We'll get you involved in the Final Whistle podcast over the course, next week. So we look forward to inviting you to that. Steph, Croft showed his class though against. I know it's only against Hull FC. Both of Croft's tries were brilliant. Really, really good. The kick for Newman again. Very few players can execute that type of kick. It wasn't like the Hanley one earlier in the season where he was actually, kicking it from his 20 to his 30. It was pinpoint, wasn't it? I think the ball only went about 10 metres in terms of depth. So if Brodie Croft is on, that's something for Wigan to be concerned about, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like I said earlier on, when we did the Team of the Week, I think it was Brodie Croft's best performance this season. We talked about teams hitting the stride at the right time of the season. This is where Brodie needs to come into his own. If Leeds are going to make the top 6, he's going to play a massive part in that. It's a very intriguing. I'm a bit gutted I won't be able to watch this one live because it clashes with the Leigh game, unfortunately. But I think it's going to be an absolute classic, this one. I think Leeds are no mugs and they really want to get in that top 6. But on the flip side of that, Wigan really want that League Leaders Shield. I'm sure it's going to be another great crowd at the Brick as well. So it's a really interesting one. This obviously I'll be not for the first time this season supporting the Pie Eaters in this one, which I know.
How very dare you, sir!
I know it's absolutely disgraceful behaviour. I know, but I'm sure I won't be the only Leigh fan to be wanting a Wigan victory of our Borough neighbours this week. But no, I think it's going to be a really good game. Do I think Leeds could do it? I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't come as the biggest shock to me if they did, but I do think that the League Leaders Shield means a lot to Wigan this year, and I think they're going to just have a bit too much class. Like Reggie says, they always find a way. So I'm going Wigan 9-17.
Dawn Baker's not happy with you. Well, let's have a quick look here. Jack Anson saying last year, Wigan demolished Leeds 50-0. Yes, they did, but it was a different time. It's a different time, different place. Get your point. But you know, Leeds have got something to play for this year. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. I don't know if I think somebody's giving you a bit of grief in the chat as well, Joel. I don't know if you know Tom Jepson, but he's
I know Tom very well. Yeah, I know Tom.
He's giving you a bit of grief there in the chat. Joel, mate. Again, should be a belting game. There's no love at the moment for Leeds. Myself, Gary Schofield's gone Wigan 18 plus. I've gone Wigan 19 to 17. The fans form have gone Wigan 19 to 17.
9
to 17. What did you say, Steph?
9 to 17.
9 to 17 Wigan. So pretty much 9 to 17 is the thoughts other than Gary Schofield 18 plus. Are you going for Leeds, are you, Joe?
No. I think though it's going to be one of them ones. This is going to be the one game of the whole round where you're going to have a scoreline that's not really reflective of the game. I think Leigh's going to put in a really good effort. I have gone for Wigan 9 to 17 because I feel like there'll be just the odd decision that'll go their way. Because you know we've all been to the Brick and it's a right crowd, isn't it?
What are you saying, Joe?
I don't know what you mean, Joe.
I don't know what I mean either, but I'm just putting it out there.
I mean, that's putting an awful lot of pressure on Liam Moore's shoulders.
I know.
Well,
you see those bikes in rugby league, Joe.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a good game. It is going to be a really good game. I think Wigan's, like you've all said, they've just got a bit too much to fight for, and they do like the league leaders. I think they want to go for all-time records. So
yeah. Wigan then, yeah.
Yeah, 9 to 17.
9 to 17. Come on, Kevin. Don't delay, is what I would say. Just do it, sir. Just do it. We'll give you a massive wrap on the show tonight. Get becoming a member. Ian wants your company. And Mark is saying, I'm sorry he's late, and so you should be, Mark. An absolute disgrace, if you don't mind me saying. But hey, we'll let you off because you were so good.
Poor lad.
You were so good on the final whistle. We'll let the man off. He's a top man. Right, what have they all been saying in the chat? Is anybody actually giving it? Yes, here we go. So 18 plus Ian's gone. Not many people getting involved in the chat here tonight. Come on, you're normally betting this. Carla Louise, good evening, Carla, another Super League World member. Wigan 9 to 17, Linda, Super League World member. There you go. 1 to 8 to the Wigan boys. Freddie McGilvery, Uncle Freddie in the chat. Hopefully we've got his company at the weekend. Wigan 9 to 17, Max Smith 9 to 17, Robert Hickson 9 to 17. And Dawn Baker is saying it's a banana skin. This should be in the bin. Keep Britain tidy, Dawn, is all I would say on that one. Right, let's get to the next game. Let's go to the totally wicked stadium as St Helens welcome the Castleford Tigers. Intriguing. It's 1-1 in the series. Saints winning at the Jungle round 11 convincingly, 60 points to 4. Another shock result that stunned us all when the Tigers went to Saints in round 16 and won 8 points to 6. Nobody saw that one coming at all. The Saints are 14-2 at the Totally Wicked against the Tigers. Of course, Tommy Makinson back. We'd expect him to captain the side on this one, but he's more than likely now going to be his final outing at the Totally Wicked unless they get fourth, which I think is very, very unlikely. Matty Lees, of course, has got off with his ban. Brilliant yet again. The Saint, whoever that lawyer is, passing round Saints, he's an absolute legend, whoever's getting your players off this year. Moses Mbai, he is going to be out, which is a big blow. That's a big blow for them. Liam Horn back for Castleford. That's a good news for him. But Nemo is still out for this one. As you can see, Saints 2 wins in the last 5, just the 1 win in the last 5 for the Castleford Tigers. It's 6 against 10. The attack, Saints 22 a game. The Tigers 16. Of course, Saints defend better. They concede on average 14 a game. The Castleford Tigers concede 26. 1-9 on, 6-1. The Castleford Tigers. Now, look, again, I've got to say this, and I have to say this. Castleford, last time out, the Totally Wicked won. Now, again, I think many people are back Saints. I think we're going to have a really good discussion about it now. But yeah, I mean, is Walmsley fit? We don't know. Will Wellesby play? We don't know. Is Robertson fit? Because he went off with a knee injury. We don't know. Will Clark come back? He's been muted, but again, is he fully fit? Is he not? Same with Dodd. There's loads of players there at Saints at the moment that are either carrying knocks or coming back from knocks. Castleford, might smell blood here. They might smell blood. And if Saints were to lose this, I think they could well miss out on the top 6. This is a must-win for St Helens. I couldn't believe they were so calm over the Warrington one last week. This is a must-win now for Saints. Steph, I'll start with you this time, mate. St Helens against the Castleford Tigers. Can the Tigers do it? Do them twice at the Totally Wicked this year?
Well, I've been quite impressed with Castleford this second half of the season. I know that sounds silly considering the league position, but they've actually put some decent performances in, and like they've already been there and done it, so they'll take a lot of confidence. That for round 16, you said that they went there and
round 16, 8-6, yeah.
So they'll take a lot of confidence for that, and I don't think they played that badly against Leigh. I think it was just the pack where we really dominated them. If you look at the players they've got outside, in a senior, one of the best finishers in the game. And he'll be going against Makinson, I would have thought, who is going back from injury. Suspension. So he'll be a bit rusty, as we've seen with the other players. So I think it's going to be a really close game, this one. And if Saints play like they did against Warrington, it's not a very easy thing to shake off. Saying that, I'm going to
game last week.
Yeah,
I think everybody was surprised at Saints' performance against Warrington. Warrington didn't really have to break sweat really in that game. They never looked like losing it after about 20 minutes. I think once Ashton's try went in, I don't think they ever looked like losing it from there on in Warrington. You saw Cass against you. Actually, for large periods of the game, they were competitive. It's not that bad a shout, 1-8 Cass, is it?
I don't think so. And obviously, like I say, there is a bit of jest in my predictions, but I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility. I think Cass are a decent side on the day. If they turn up, and they can get on top early on, I think it'll, the panic about setting a bit with St Helens. But Saints have definitely got the ability to put them to the sword. Whether they've got that performance in them at the moment, that's what everyone's questioning, isn't it, with Saints at the minute? If Saints don't beat them, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs for me.
Well, absolutely not. I mean, Greg, you're in the stadium on Saturday. I mean, Saints fans at the moment, they're a bit uneasy, aren't they? They're not comfortable. And when you see the boys at Red V sitting in a pub watching a game as opposed to going, things must be bad.
Yeah, but to be fair to them, the game was changed 3 weeks ago.
I'm only joking. I'm just giving them a bit of sport.
The public transport in Saints can't adjust that quick. Sorry,
I'm saying nothing. We haven't even got a train station, as we were often reminded. We're just a bus stop in Wigan, so I'm saying nothing.
It's more than Saints have got. But do you know what? Oh, it's a difficult one, isn't it? It really is, because apparently Saints have got some injuries. And they got more injuries on Saturday. Wellesby's not fit.
No, he's not.
Big Alex Wormsley's not fit. Lomax is still getting back to fitness. Robinson went off injured. Matty Lees did his Houdini act and got out of the ban.
Which I think is very important.
I think it's very important. And what you've also got to consider is this is Tommy Makinson's last home game for Saints.
Lees was actually one of the only players who came out with a bit of pride, I thought, in that Warrington.
And Knowles. I think him and Knowles.
Yes, him and Knowles were really good.
Yeah. Because
Matty Lees had the bottle to shout at halfback. Yeah, you're right there. It's Tommy Makinson's last home game. It's touch and go whether, if Saints lose this, whether they get in the top 6. It's a difficult one. I'm going Saints 9-17.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, mate. I think if they lose this, they're out the 6. I really do. I think they lose this, they're gone. I think the way Leigh are playing, Saints look disjointed. They seem in harmony, Leigh. They're leaving great form. I mean, Saints will not want to go to... If they lose this weekend, Saints will not fancy that against Leigh. They really won't for the survival. I just can't see it. Gary Schofield's gone Saints 9-17. I've gone Saints 9-17. Home field advantage. Tommy makes a good shout. They'll want Tommy to go off on a high end. Let's be fair. he deserves to go out on a high. What he's done.
Of course he does. Yeah, of course he does.
He's an incredible servant for the club. The fans form have gone Saints 9-17. I'll just quickly go into the chat. Let's get a couple of these in. Ian Rispin, Saints 9-17. Alex Sharp, Castleford to lose, -18. Thinking a roundabout way. He's saying it, Saints 18+. Craig Forth, Saints 1-8. Mark Hill, Saints 18+. Mark Smith, hello Mark, Saints 1-8. Tigers 1-8, says Robert Hickson. Michael Ashton is going Castleford 1-8. Nick Burtonwood says Saints 1-8. Carla Louise, Saints 1-8. Steve Morley, Cast 1-8. Oh, they're all getting in on this one. The majority of the love appears to be going the way of St. Helens. Joel, do you agree?
Yeah, but not by a lot. I'm only seeing it a 1-8 because they're at home. If it was at the Jungle, I was saying Cast 1-8. I just don't see them running away with this at all. The only way they are going to run away with it is if they get a few tries from forward passes. All I'm going to say. But of course, that's never looked at when it comes to Saints.
I thought that was Wigan's forte, Joel. I thought Wigan were the ones.
Oh, there was some brilliant touchdowns. Oh, there was some belting touchdowns in that Wigan KR game. Oh, there were, weren't there? That Miskey one. Deary me. I thought for a minute cheerleaders were going to come out from the
I'd tell you what, I thought NFL had started a week early. I must admit, I thought NFL had started a week early.
Oh, yeah, get ready. Dawn's going in the chat. She's already typing. Carry on, Joe. Carry on.
Hey, listen, Dawn was at the Huddersfield game when Saints played Huddersfield. Why'd you put
Kevin Greenlee has done it, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Greenlee is a Super League Raw member. Welcome, Kevin, to the family. It's wonderful to have you with us. Sorry, Joel, over to you.
Yeah, honest, I don't know what touch judges are there for. Genuinely, what's the linesman there for? They're not calling it ever. Some of them can't even make it in line with the players. It needs an overhaul. It's ridiculous because we lost. We lost because we were the better team. But man, it was just ridiculous. The amount of forward passes they scored from, and it's not just against Huddersfield; it's against every team that they've ever played.
Do you know what?
It does me tree.
If ever your club's stadium's name was apt, you're not bitter, are you?
Come on. I just want to ask.
Did he give me a prediction? Sorry, before you start. Have you given me your prediction yet, Joe?
Yeah, say it's 1-8.
I just want to ask, guys. Is David Pye a Saints fan?
I think he is. I think David's definitely.
You need to change your surname, mate, if you're a Saints fan.
Yeah, he is. I think Dave might be. I think he might be one.
Unfortunate, isn't it? That's very unfortunate.
David Pye, come on.
David Pye, the Saints fan.
Dave.
You just couldn't.
Get down to Cal's tomorrow, mate.
David, mate.
In response to Alex,
anyway,
I did say
not someone with a Saints surname in Wigan.
What are you saying, Joe?
Just in response to Alex, I did say some. You are right. The rest of them look like their own work experience. You are right.
I don't know what Paul Francis is saying. Sort it out, Dave. For I'm not quite sure what he's saying there. Let us know what you mean, mate. I'm not quite sure unless he's talking to Dave Pye. Right, great stuff. So
Dave Pye.
Yeah, a lot of love for Saints really in terms of the predictions. But hey, you Saints fans at the moment, it really is squeaky bum time down at the totally wicked Stadium. Could we have a playoff series without the Saints? That's the question. Clearly, the match review panel doesn't want that to happen. Right, we move on. Ooh, spicy. Moving swiftly on to this. This is the baby. What a game we are going to have on Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, as the Leigh Leopards and Hull KR go toe-to-toe. It's fair to say, actually, in the last 2 seasons, there's a bit of rivalry going on between these two as they're second order of Super League. It's been quite fascinating, really, to see that and how it's playing out. Of course, 6-2 up our Hull KR, but look at the win record of the Leigh Leopards. Last 5 in a row, taking on Hull KR, of course, lost to Wigan last time in round 13. Let's not forget, I think I'm right in thinking that might have been Asiata's first game back. Steph might correct me on that in a minute. But of course, they went down 12-0. Did the Leopards at Craven Park. It's second against fifth. Look at the attack, 5 in that. Average scores this season. Leopards have scored 21. Hull KR 26 defence, 14 conceded. Leopards on average to 12 for Hull KR. KR, despite going to the Leopards, are the bookies' favourites 5-6. The Leopards 21-10. Last year at the LSV, the Leigh Leopards blew away Hull KR 34 points to 4. That was what happened last season. And actually, when you think about it, a lot of the chess pieces are the same. Both of these two clubs, of course, I think Hull KR made probably more changes than perhaps Leigh have season on season. But a lot of the chess pieces in this battle are going to be the same. I think this is a fascinating game. I really, really do. I think Leigh, at the moment, as Steph has already said, 9 out of the last 10. They're the form team. Hull KR this season have been sensational. We bigged up the Wigan KR game because we felt it was going to be a belter. This is another one. I mean, Leigh have got this one next week. They've got Saints. I mean, that's going to be a belt as well. Well, let's stick on this. This is going to be, hopefully, as good, if not better, than what we saw at the Brick Community Stadium. Greg, I'm going to start with you. This is one not to be missed. This is a belt.
I wish I was going, to be honest. This is going to be an absolutely phenomenal game of rugby league, I think. Two of the best halfbacks in the business at this moment in time, Lamb and Lewis, up against one another. Two of the best packs as well. KR have got a mobile pack. Leigh have got a powerful pack. I think it is a difficult one. Leigh had I wouldn't say an easy time of it against Cass, but they put Cass to the sword because they did a job. Hull KR should have beat Wigan. There's no two ways about it. Hull KR were in the driving seat, and yellow cards and discipline lost in the game, really. They'll be disappointed. They'll be crushed with that. I think Leigh want revenge for the Challenge Cup. And I'm sorry, guys.
Don't do it, Rick. Do not do it.
You know I love you.
We were friends, Greg. We were friends.
You know I love you deeply, guys.
But
I think Leigh are going to win 9-17.
Wow. Oh, there you go. That's Steph done. That's Steph well and truly done.
I'm sorry.
Jack Collier there is saying that KR will be shattered from the pies. I don't know about that. They might be a bit flaky. Whoa! Flaky. There you go. That one. There you go. One for the kids. Outstanding stuff. We'll come to you last, Steph, as it's your team. Joel, KR, Leigh. What a game.
I don't know how to... I really struggled with this one. Even more so than trying to... predict.
I'm getting pelted. Sorry, Joe.
Rightly so. I'm joking.
Greg's not being invited for next year's barbecue at this rate. Carry on.
This one was harder to predict than the Wigan KR game last week, because you've got, in my opinion, the two best sides at the moment going up against each other.
Arguably.
That's going to go down with the Wigan face.
Yeah.
No, but in terms of form guide, he's probably right. Yeah.
True. Looking at form,
last 10 games, absolutely right.
Exactly. So Leigh are the form side out of everyone right now. Now I did go for a KR 1-8 win, and that is only because of them losing, and this is their first time in a very long time that they've had such a stellar season, and because Leigh have won so many, you think surely they're going to lose maybe one before the playoffs. But it's not because Leigh would lose it. I think it's because KR might just have it that extra. And after the last week, it's going to be a massive game. Leigh could win this and by a score as well. But I've gone KR 1-8 because I had to go with my gut.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, are we going to get a third member on the night? That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Will we get a third member on the night? Come on, join them. Join the team. It'd be absolutely marvellous to have you. Nicola Burtonwood's in the chat. Come on, lads, we can do this. He's going Leigh 1-8. Ian Rispin, we saw his wonderful face a few moments ago on that picture that we showed with Craig and with Dawn. Possible golden pointer. He's not saying which way he's going, though, but he said it could be a golden pointer. Matthew Lane, bit of inside knowledge. He thinks Evans could be back for this one. That could be the difference. KR 1-8. And I think, you know what, Broadbent going to full back last week. Yeah, you know what, I probably had a bit of a maybe a little bit of an unsettling one on KR, because let's be fair, Evans this season has been top dollar for since going across from Castleford. You can't fault him for that. Lot of love in the chat for the Leigh Leopards. Not really an awful lot. I'm just having a look here. Trying to look at KR. Anything for KR? No. Everybody's, tell you what, people are keeping the cards close to the chest on this one, boys and girls. Rudy, another member. KR 9-17. Freddie McGilvey, Leopards 1-8. Linda Blunsom, another member. Leigh 9-17, as is Freddie, of course. Joel Dalgreen, another member, 9-17. Good to see you. Carla Louise, Leigh 1-8 for her. Mark Smith has gone Robin Spy 4. Robert Hickson, another member. Leopards 1-8. Oh, they're all getting in on it now. Fantastic to see. Jack Collier 1-8. Leigh. Ian Judson, Leigh 9-17 as well. Craig Forth 1-8. Mr. Sale, your team at the moment, absolutely. You know, if you talk about form, momentum, all of those key words that we use in sport, it's with the Be the Raw gang, isn't it?
Ever so slightly, but again, I think going back to the reason why I think you got the manager. When you look at the teams they've played, we have had slightly easier opposition, you know, obviously Warrington, a few others, but no, we have had the easier run in the last 10 games, and I think that's got to be taken into account as well. Hull KR are a fantastic side. They should have probably beat Wigan last week. I think a lot of Wigan's points came when KR were down to 12 men. So that was a great game, by the way. Really, really, really good game. And KR for me, the team to beat at the moment. But it's 2 tough road games. You know, it's 2 distance travelled. You know, having to come to the Wigan Borough twice in 2 weeks. It's not easy to do 2 road trips like that. And those types of games against Wigan, those physical games, will definitely have an impact on Hull KR. So, but there's no excuses for Leigh now. We've got our full team. Earlier in the season, we went there and only lost 12-0 with half of our players missing. So it's going to be a really intriguing one. I do think we'll slightly edge them in the pack. I think that's where we will dominate a little bit. But it's going to be massive how Mikey Lewis and Lachlan Lamb go against each other. And I think the one thing KR have got going for them is their kicking game's far superior to ours. I think if Leigh have got a weakness, it's our kicking game. And it'd be interesting to see. Me personally, I would put Moylan at 6 and put O'Brien back at fullback for this one. Just a bit tactically. Whether he'll do that is another thing. But I'm sure Adrian will pick the right side for this one. But the atmosphere is going to be bouncing at Leigh. I mean, it was bouncing against Warrington. So, and I know Hull KR are going to bring probably a similar crowd to what Warrington did. If not more, if they do the pound bus, fun bus again, which I'm sure they will be doing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've got to go with Leanna for this one. It's that time of the year, isn't it?
What are you going, mate? What are you going?
I'm going to go 9-17, Leigh.
9-17.
I think we're going to put a marker down.
He said that. There's a marker going down. Wow, happy days. Put that pound on the side of the pool table, son.
That's definitely being screen grabbed that and absolutely annihilated.
That'll be on repeat next week. Outstanding stuff. Well done, mate. Outstanding. And hey, I'm sure you don't mind me saying this, Steph, Miss Baker. Not Miss Baker, Miss Kirkby. If you're going to this one, and Ian, you're going to this one, I'm sure give Steph the wink. I'm sure he will meet you outside the Legends Bar, and I'm sure he will be looking forward to seeing you down at the LSV, Steph.
100%, yeah. Give us a nudge on the WhatsApp when you arrive. There'll be a few beers waiting for you, no problem at all.
Yeah, you Hull KR fans who like Steph Sale, go and get a photo took. He'll be at the Legends Bar at the LSV on Friday. Love to see you. And Garibo, again, I'm not biting, sir. The amount of love and support we've given your KR this year, I don't think we've been wigging up that much, my friend. I think actually Greg said that if it was 13 on 13, he thought you'd win. Come on, let's get into the details, sir. You're watching Super League Raw.
I just said they should have won.
Absolutely, exactly. Don't bite. I'm just saying. Don't bite.
The Gary Bowles saying that the journey home last week when the railway bridge was closed on the M62, that might have put a lot of people off.
Not the Up the Robins Brigade. The Up the Robins Brigade will be there as long as the bus can pull over on the shoulder.
I'm quoting.
More drinking time, not on the way home. You want a long bus journey home?
Gary Bowl, more Garibaldi on that comment, my friend. Trust me, sir. The Up the Robins Brigade will be there in force. The Be the Roarers will be the welcoming committee. It will be a superb atmosphere on Friday night, one not to be missed, I'm sure. Really looking forward to that. So there you go. Right, just to confirm then, for this game, KR128 says Gary Schofield. I'm going Leigh 9-17. Joel, we've done you, haven't we?
Hang on. You've gone Leigh 9-17?
I've gone Leigh 9-17.
Wow.
I've got Leigh 9-17. Yeah, all day, mate. All day. I think at the moment, you're the team at this moment in time. Don't get me wrong. I think KR, but it could go easily the other way. But at this moment in time, you're at the LSV. You're on a roll. The pack is back. Asiata's back in the groove. Lovely reverse ball that last week too. I think if Asiata had been out, I think I might have been edging more KR. The fact that Asiata's not out, the match review didn't go. That was a big result for you, mate, going into this, 100%. Is what I would say. So yeah, really, really looking forward to that one. We'll go to this one next. We'll go to the Dragons entertaining the London Broncos. As you see there in Super League history, 2011, the Catalan Dragons far better than winning ratio than the Broncos in this head-to-head. That said, in the Stade Gilbert Brutes, it's 7-4 in favour of Catalan, a lot closer, albeit it was 2014 the last time that the London Broncos won at the Stade Brutus. It's the 8th against 12. Attacks, interesting, only 17 Catalan Dragons average this year. That says a lot, doesn't it? The Broncos 12. Defence, though, they've only conceded 16. Broncos 34. That said, in the last 5, it's a lot closer. In the last 5 games, Catalans 4 has been 12. London Broncos has been 19. Just bear that in mind. Say that again. In the last 5 games in Super League, the Catalan Dragons have averaged 12 points scored. London have averaged 19. Catalan have had an average 25 put against them. London have averaged 23 against them. That's how it looks. The Dragons 1-14 on, which I think's very big, considering what London have been doing these last 5 weeks. London 15-2. Again, last week we looked at the odds that were given to London at Huddersfield. Again, Catalan and the form they're in, 15-2, the London Broncos. I'm going to kick off on this one, if you permit me. I don't normally kick off, but I will on this one. Do the Dragons believe that their season is still alive? That's the key killer question. I think last week's result has pretty much meant that Catalan are done. I can't see Catalan, even though they've got London and then I think they've got FC the final game. I think it's just too, with the points difference and all the rest, it's just not going to happen for them. And on that basis, if they don't believe, London have still got the grit between the teeth. They want to finish 11th. And it's for that reason, because I think Catalan will not believe that they have got a chance of making the top 6. And for that reason, I'm going London 9-17. I'm saying it straight out the back. I'm going London Broncos 9-17 in Perpignan. I think the Broncos will go there like they've done every other game recently and give it 100% and try and get that win for Mike Eccles. And I just don't see at the moment the connection between the players and Steve McNamara. They're in terrible form. And if they don't believe that they can make the 6, that's the killer difference, because London will be playing for something. Catalan won't be. So I'm going London Broncos 9-17. Greg, your thoughts on this one?
I would love to think that London could go there and win. But I just don't think they'll be allowed to finish above Hull, because it makes a mockery of IMG and the RFL, unfortunately. So I'm going to go Catalan 9-17. I would really, on an even playing field, I think London might win. They've got some class players, London, some really good players. I think bringing Tompkins back might have disrupted Catalan a little bit too much. But I just can't shake the feeling that London will not be allowed to finish above Hull. So I'm going Catalan 9-17.
Well, Ian did say that he couldn't make the quiz because he's away. Maybe he's in the bunker for this game and making sure that it all goes to plan for the black and whites. Who's to say? You know, a bit of controversy there. Steph, over to you, sir. What's your thoughts, mate?
I think we're going to have to rename Reggie Conspiracy Nixon. I think he's going to have to.
It's got to be JFK.
Oh, you've chucked some out tonight, mate. Honestly, but hey, fair play to you, mate. Fair play. Well, London have proven already this season they can beat Catalan. They've already beat them.
Right.
So, and I think the kryptonite for Catalan is London's attack. I think that London have got a really potent attack. It's their defence really that's let them down a little bit, but they're massive odds then for London. I'd be tempted to have a cheeky little bet on London this week at them odds.
15-2, mate.
And if they're at 15-2, then the handicap's going to be massive. So if you're less inclined to go for the big odds, I think a handicap bet on London maybe. If anyone who likes a bet,
Bit of value.
Good value, very good value. That. I think you're right in terms of do Catalan believe they've got a chance of getting in. I mean, they should finish on 30 points. In terms of I think which would give them a chance. It would depend on other teams slipping up a little bit, but that 30 points, I think someone will get in the six with 30 points, definitely. So it's there, but I'm going with my mate Mike Eccles. I think they're going to finish 11th, and I'm going London 1-8.
1-8 London. Right, before I come to Joel, Gary Schofield's gone 9-17, the Catalan Dragons. As I've said, I've gone London 9-17. To confirm, Greg's 9-17, Catalan, London 1-8. Mr. Sale, Castleford 9-17. In the chat, a lot of love for London. Jack Collier, Mark Hill, both going London 1-8. Ian Judson's going Catalan 18+. Really, Ian? Really? Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Unbelievable. Freddie McGilvey, 9-17, the Dragons. 18+ to the Dragons for Michael Ashton. Craig Forbes, 9-17. Nicola Burton, 9-17. Oh, yeah, a lot of love here for the Dragons. Vicky Sale, I think that could be some children, quite frankly. Hoping for London to get off the bottom in this one. Good evening to both Darcy and Ellie down there. AD West, Cats, 9-17. Ian Rispin, Broncos, 1-8. Linda Bloodensome, 1-7. Or 1-8 to the London Broncos. Do you know what? Split. And I sort of expected that. I thought people might see this perhaps the way I'm seeing it. That, if Catalan decided that's it, game's up for this year, London could go here and get vital wins. Joel, your shout on this one, mate.
Yeah, another one of a scoreline that might not reflect the game, but not as heavy. I think the issue for London is that they've had some real tough arm wrestles over the past 4 or 5 games, and they've been putting a lot of effort in. And I feel like the travel over to Catalan might just be a little bit too much for them just this week. But they definitely deserve to be off the bottom. They've been a far better team than Hull FC have in the second half of the season. And I don't think anybody could dispute that. But I have gone for a Catalan 9-17, and that is purely not on Catalan. It's more about just how a bit beaten up London might be at the moment, and the travel and everything. It's just going to be a bit too far for them, possibly.
Welcome to Super League Raw, Hazel. That's a definite new name on us. Good evening, Hazel. We're hoping you're enjoying Super League Raw Weekly. She's saying that London is the most entertaining team, edge of the seat stuff. Hopefully you're a Bronco. And if you are a Bronco, we need a Bronco as a Super League Raw member because we haven't got one yet. And it'd be lovely if you were the first one. That's if you are a London Broncos supporter, of course. Again, great game. Really looking forward to that. Really enjoyed watching London this season. I will be watching that one this weekend. Right, it all ends we're going to end on the game that we're all going to. Can't wait to be with my old mucker Joel in the John Smith Stadium this coming Saturday evening. Great company, great food, great beer. And hopefully great rugby league. It's going to be a great afternoon. Really looking forward to this. The Giants taking on the Wolves. In history, Warrington in Super League 41-22 in their favour. The Giants coming into this on I've got 7 losses on the spin. 7 losses on the spin. That can't be right because you won last week. Don't know what's happened there. Odd. Warrington 4 from the last 5. The last time these two met, Warrington won 40 points to 0. Was that Watson's last game, Joe?
It was, yeah.
Wasn't it? He got kiboshed after that, didn't he? Of course, they won. Sorry, they won. Yeah, I don't know where that's come from. That's seven times one. That was off a previous slide. They've actually won 2 of the last 5. Have the Huddersfield Giants. 3rd against 9. Attack. Huddersfield averaging 17 goal forward this year. 24 for the wire. Defence averaging 23 against them. The Huddersfield Giants averaging 30, and that's 13 Warrington, and that's where Sam Burgess has made a massive difference this year. Second only to KR in terms of points conceded. I mean, when you consider Warrington last year, how poor they were in defence, that has gone very much unnoticed by a lot of people, just how well the defence has gone for Burgess. There you go, Joel. You'll win 60-0 now. Joel, Huddersfield 18-5, Warrington 1-5. Warrington won twice there last year. Good news for Huddersfield. Sam Hewitt will return from his 1-match ban. I've really liked watching Hewitt this year. I think he's a fine player. Of course, no Vaughan, no Fitzgibbon for the Warrington Wolves in this one. Before we come to the lads, Steph, I'll start with you. Wire against the Giants. We'll both be there, mate. Looking forward to the game first and foremost. How much where do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, all right. For me, this one's all about spending time with you and Joel in the thingy on this one. So it's a bit like asking who's your favourite kid. For me, this. So I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, come on then, Dad. Give us a prediction.
I love them both equally. I love them both equally. They're both amazing. I think it's going to be a really good game. I just don't rugby leagues. I don't want to predict this on this one. I really don't want to.
You're going to have to.
I know. I'm going to have to go with Warrington, obviously. I think they're going to just have a bit too much for Huddersfield. But I don't think it's going to be as easy as some of the Warrington fans may think it is. I think with Robinson getting his coaching role, I think there's probably a few players who are playing for contracts next season, maybe at Huddersfield still, and with a bit of a point to prove. So I do think it's going to be an entertaining game. I think Warrington are just going to be too strong, and league position tells you that. 9-17 Warrington.
9-17 Wire. Greg, as the away side, over to you. Warrington against Huddersfield.
Yeah, Mark Hill. I'm going to take my tinfoil hat off. I think a lot of this depends on how Hull KR get on.
Good shout.
If Hull KR lose, and that's the thing with playing games on at different days. If Hull KR lose and Warrington have got a chance to finish second, that makes a huge difference. It
does.
It really does. In mentality, in mindset, in preparing for the game. I think anyway, whether Hull KR win or lose, I think Warrington, Fitzgibbon will not play. I have to probably bring Nicholson back into the second row if he's fit. He's been class all season, Nicholson. I think Warrington 18 plus. I'm sorry, guys.
You're going a big one. You're going 18 plus the Wire.
I've
gone the same way. Gary Schofield's gone the same way.
I'm not saying that Warrington will absolutely batter Huddersfield. I think it will be quite a good an even game, but Warrington will get over the line by a lot.
Okie. So Gary Schofield, myself, Greg, and Fans Forum all going Warrington 18 plus. Mr. Scholes, are you feeling it? Will the cowbells ring? Over to you.
I've got a gut feeling that Huddersfield might actually lose. But I don't see a blowout.
Don't do that while I'm taking a mouthful of beer, mate.
I think with Vaughan and Fitzgibbon going, it's 2 big losses, but certainly not big enough not to be a wire win 9-17. But for that reason, it's why it's not an 18+.
Well, look, all I know is I think it's going to be a belting weekend of sport, not to be missed. Outstanding stuff. Paul Francis, wire by 100. Don't think that'll happen, Paul. Michael Ashton, Huddersfield 1-8. He's going the way of Huddersfield. Ian Judson, Craig Forth, Mark Smith, Freddie McGilvey, Nicola Burntwood, Ian Rispin, Carla Louise, Mark Hill, Dawn Baker. They're all going Warrington. There's not much love in the chat for the Huddersfield Giants.
And none of them are going to get invited for that. None of them are getting invited for that.
No, absolutely. And if you're at Huddersfield, all you Cowbell Army people who watch Super League Raw, Joel is having myself and Steph down for the game. Do come and say hello. It'd be lovely to see you. We love a good chat around Rugby League. Have a few drinks.
Can I just add? I will be there, but it's my birthday, so
yeah, Greg's a year older, so he's not coming.
I'm going Dave 10 pints, Steph 8.
Well, mate, and anybody's seen me and you drink, they know that'll at least be the other way around, and then some. That just won't be happening. Anyway, right, look, I'm very mindful of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to where we started. What an incredible round 26 going to be. We're going to know so much more when we come back for Super League Raw Weekly next week. This was the team of the month. We did say that one of the 1 to 13 would be crowned our player of the month. Get in the chat now. Who will be your player of the month for the month of August? Whilst you're getting in the chat with the person that you give it to. And just before people get clever, it has to be a player that's in the team of the month. Don't just put one in that's not there. Who's it going to be? Oh, sorry, FC and Salford. Very mindful of the time. We're going to have to do this one really, really quick. Has anybody seen this going the way of Hull FC?
No.
Right, so very quickly, Steph, who you got? Salford, by how many?
Salford 18+.
18+ for Salford. Greg?
18+ Salford.
18+ for Salford. Joel with us?
Yeah, 18+. Yeah.
18+. I think Gary Schofield, I think he's gone the same. No love for FC. I think everybody's gone the way of Salford. 18+. So that's the end of that. Good luck to FC next season. Yeah, there you go. Right, okay. Like I say, very mindful of the time. I do apologise for that. But yeah, we are running out of time and we've got to get this one done. But I don't think anybody's seen it anyway, other than a Salford win. We'd be very surprised if it wasn't. Right, a lot of people going in the chat. Joel, who would you give player of the month to and why out of that 1 to 13?
I think it would be Insemba, just for the fact that he's been playing so well, and I believe that he should get Young Player and Man of Steel in the same year. I don't know if they can do that, but I feel like he should.
I think he'll definitely get Young Player. Just to clarify, Junior Nsemba, 2 tries, 124 tackles, 27 tackle busts, 2 clean breaks, 70 carries, 524 metres, an average of 7.5 metres a carry in the month of August. Steph, who are you going with?
I think it's between Lewis and Nsemba. I'm going to go Mikey Lewis.
You're going to go Mikey Lewis. 4 tries, 2 assists, 16 goals, 24 tackle busts, 3 clean breaks, 88 tackles, 88 carries. That's a bit weird, but there you go. 88 carries, 372 metres, 4.2 average. Greg?
Well, I'm going to be controversial. For me, it would have been Reece Martin.
Reece Martin.
But
he's on the bench. He can't be Reece Martin.
Bench, so I'm going to go Nsemba because he's been absolutely awesome.
Rightio.
He'll be in the NRL before you know it, that guy.
In the NRL before you know it.
You know what? That guy is one of the brightest prospects of not just English, but British Rugby League for a long, long time, Junior Nsemba. So I'm going for Nsemba.
Good man. Right, let's get into the chat. Greg Roach, Lewis or Hiku for him. Mark Smith's going Hiku. Dawn Baker surprisingly goes Nsemba. Mark Hill's gone Hiku. Michael Ashton's gone Nsemba. Kai Burton, Nicola Burtonwood's gone Kai O'Donnell. We may as well call her Nicola O'Donnell. Nicola O'Donnell has gone Kai Burtonwood. Nicola O'Donnell's gone Kai Burtonwood. There you go. Ricky Sales, she's gone Kai O'Donnell. No surprise there. Robert Hickson, Kai O'Donnell. Andy West, Kai O'Donnell. A lot of love for Kai O'Donnell. Craig Folks gone Ensemble. Surprise, surprise. Freddie McGilvery's gone Ensemble. Kai O'Donnell. Has the player that has won it been mentioned in those comments? The answer is yes, they have. The question is, who is the player of the month for the month of August? Here he comes.
This is the last play. This is Ebbels, and Hiku now bursts into the space.
The options have got the passing, the catch and pass there from Petter Hiku.
Searching, flicks it away, Batchelor onto Hiku. Hiku tries to straighten up Lindop, and Hiku with the try that wins again.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Petter Hiku has got the player of the month for August. Now, everybody knows how much painstaking effort goes into team of the weeks. Petter Hiku was in 4 of the 5 team of the weeks in August. That's how consistent he has been. So when you consider those stats, that's across 5 games. There wasn't much peaks and troughs in there. Mr. Consistency, Petter Hiku. This is the man that we were all laughing at in rounds 1 and 2 at fullback, and he's been absolutely incredible ever since. 4 out of 5 team of the weeks. 3 tries, 6 assists, 25 tackleables, 4 clean breaks, 62 tackles, 99 carries for 821 metres. I'll say that again, 821 metres, even including the wingers. Nobody in this month's team of the month has ran for more metres than Petter Hiku. That is how good he has been. He is our player of the month for August. Yet again, it's a brace for the winning coach and the winning player. No arguments there, boys, when you hear how consistent the man has been?
No, and that's why I had a feel it might be Lewis with the KR thing at the moment, because they are, like I say, with the teams they've played, they are the form team, even though Leigh are technically over the last 10. What are you laughing at, Reggie? It's fact.
No, it was wind. It was wind, sir. Wind.
Yeah, wind. But yes, no, he's been great, and I think the biggest point on this one, and it is the biggest point, is that everyone was laughing at him at the beginning of the season as a signing, and what a player he's turned out to be since they moved into centre. He's been absolutely phenomenal.
He's a centre all day long, mate.
Can I just ask, Greg, before you start, can I just ask Ian, who would you have picked? Who would Ian have picked? Because he said it's a bad choice, despite the analytics that have just given and everything. It's a bad choice. So, Ian, who would you give it to? Just by Greg's telling us why.
Probably.
Well, probably. SASA who's not in the team. Anyway, go on. Who did you give it to, Ian? Get it in the chat. A very, very bad choice. He's getting even more spiky now. But no, Hiku in centre, Greg, class.
Oh, yeah. We saw glimpses of it when he came to Warrington and got us out of the middle eights. Yes. No. Yeah. He's proved himself. He's proved himself. He's a class set. He's up there with Lafay as one of the as one of the form centres of this season.
Yeah,
can't argue with it. I thought Ensemble.
Well, I think you might be taking into account the KR game. We're not taking into account the KR game at the weekend, and I think
no. I know, but I thought Ensemble had a special month.
To be fair, that's who Ian's gone with. Ian has said Ensemble.
Yeah, I was got Ensemble. Yeah.
Which he must have
been. Greg Roach has gone Chris Kendall.
Yeah.
Well, he had a decent month, Greg. Yeah.
All I would say to Greg Roach is make sure that you've looked up what his heritage number is, mate. Can't come in handy at the quiz. But anyway, that's another story. Look, we can't look. Here we go. We're going to have to call time. Very mindful of the time, ladies and gentlemen. That has been a very, very good show indeed. Bringing you some fun entertainment on a Tuesday evening, as always. Change of date coming next week. It won't be on Tuesday. It's probably going to be on Wednesday. Need to clear that with the boys, but it will be a change of date next week because of work commitments. Do apologise for that, but we will be back next week as always. Keep your eye out on the podcast when that's going to be. It'll either be Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when the boys can do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, do consider becoming a member. It'd be lovely to have your company in the membership. Thank you to those who've joined this evening. Remember, www.patreon.com/Super League Raw. You can still press that QR code in the corner. As always, gentlemen, loved your company. Thanks a lot for your time. We will be back next week. And as always, we're going to go out with the top performers. Make sure you're with us for the final whistle, round number 26 on Monday morning for your way to work, on your way to work. And make sure you're back for Super League Raw Weekly next week. From us all, goodbye.
Can't be the Bear Weekly.
You can't.
Here are your top performers after 25 rounds of the Betfred Super League. Still leading the try-scoring chart is Leigh and Marshall of the Wigan Warriors. A brace against KR takes it to 24. The most assists that have been made this season have come from Lachlan Lamb, the Leigh Leopards, also with 24. Whilst the most meters made despite his absence is Matt Duffy of the Warrington Wolves, 4,036. The most tackle busts have come from the Leeds Rhinos, Lockie Miller with 206. Whilst the most clean breaks have come from our top try scorer, Liam Marshall, with 33. The most offloads, despite one too many at the weekend, is still Hakeem Aloudi of the London Broncos, with 54. The most hard meters made have been Reece Martin of the Leeds Rhinos, 2,718. The most tackles have been made by the Leeds captain Cameron Smith, 899. And the top goal kicker is still Mark Sneed on 88, but Reece Martin got 13 at the weekend, and he's now at 85 and catching. These are your top performers after 25 rounds of the Betfred Super League.